Let's call this meeting to order. This meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting, FLSD Policy 0165.1. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 2, opening ceremony. Do we have a volunteer to read the mission and vision statement?
I'll do it. Our mission is to foster a community of learning and belonging. Our vision is to be a learning community centered on strengths and possibilities to empower our students and staff to think critically, grow intellectually, and live with integrity.
Great, thank you, Jamie. Item number 3, additions to and approval to the agenda. May I have a motion, please?
I'll second.
Okay, do we have any additions or any questions or discrepancies? Okay, all those in favor of approving the agenda as it reads, please indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 4, approval of the minutes from the regular meetings of July 21st, 2025, and special meeting of July 23rd, 2025, and special meeting of July 31st, 2025. May I have a motion, please?
Motion. And I'll second.
Okay, any questions or anything need to be added? Okay, all those in favor of approving those minutes, please indicate by stating aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 5, administrative report. Mr. Smith's first report, so take the floor.
Wow.
Yeah, welcome.
I
Yeah.
didn't sleep last night. Well, I'm actually going to just talk briefly about the DPIA. We're actually compiling data for it. So, and your 6 categories, the funds were used for nursing services, instructional aides, student resource officer, literacy coordinator, school site, and these were supposed to be investments that's going to help young people who are having some difficulty. And at this point, we're going to come back to you in September with a full data source of what these funds did and how it was utilized, and also, did it make a difference? Because if it didn't make a difference, then we pivot and do something different. If it did, then we continue on with it in order to help the young people become more productive. So in September, you'll have a full battery of what each one of the funds did, how it was utilized, and the services that it was provided to. Facilities.
All right, good evening, everybody. So I just wanted to kind of give you kind of a brief update on what happened over the summer, because if you show up at secondary campus, it does look like a lot of dirt, but there's a lot of stuff that happened. And so this is going to kind of be a little bit of details, but just so if you get questions and people want to know what happened. So this is kind of just a legend of what you'll see on the map here of where we put in new fire water lines, domestic water lines, storm sewer, sanitary lines, new underground electric, that's the UG, new gas lines, as well as temporary things that we had to do. The temporary work is for our MP, our 300 building and our 200 building that we had to reconnect, but then will eventually be demolished in the spring and summer of 2027. So if we look back at the map, and I know this is a little bit hard to see here, so I'm going to kind of zoom in just a little bit, just so you can kind of get, again, a picture of kind of all the work that has happened. So fundamentally, this is kind of the dirt pile, and I'll show you some pictures from today of the drone flying over. But basically, all we did is clear a path for the new building. We took down the old admin offices here, our district office. We took off just a small portion of the 300 building, just the last couple classrooms here. And we took off the locker room, old locker rooms off of the end of the gym. So we still have the lobby on the gym. We still have the concession stand. We still have the bathrooms. All of those things are working and functioning in the gym. All of the pretty colors around the building all stand for different things. So the purple or kind of fuchsia line This is kind of where the fence line is. The fence line is going to continue to move as we do work. If we need more space, it bumps out to keep kids further away from things. When we can bring it back in, we will. So the fence is actually no longer at the new 300 entrance. It's all the way back to the edge of the building. And there's actually egress out of the end of the 300 building. So there are new double doors at the end of both of those hallways that come out, and there's a small gravel pathway there. The same thing, there's a gravel pathway coming out of the 200 building. There's a gravel pathway along the outside of the MP. On the far side of campus, as you come in from Cherry Blossom, there's a gravel pathway that brings kids the last part up to the entrance to the 300 building. So we do have exterior pathways for our kids to get all the way through campus if need be. The primary way from one side of campus to the other side is still going to be through our buildings, just like we kind of have been doing all summer. So if you need to come from the 100 building over, it'll still be through here. But there is exterior access for egress purposes, as well as community access. Coming up with Fountain Blue, there is a path, it's only pedestrian at this point, that comes through right in front of the construction gate, and then that will actually bring you around the backside of the gym. So lots and lots going on. The other colors you see on here all correspond, and you can see how they're all kind of stacked up. The water and gas lines are run very close together. Sewage is totally, it's deeper and it's further away from all of those things, so, which makes sense, right? And then we have also replaced the green as our storm lines. And though all of our storm lines are active, they are all coming down to our new detention pond, just to the northeast of our Cherry Blossom entrance there. So that area has been cleared and prepped. There's much more work that will happen in the spring of 2027 and the summer of 2027. There's a new parking lot that will go down there. Obviously, we'll eventually make space for our baseball field down there. So just lots of coming, a lot of things coming. Did want to kind of share what it looks like today. These are fresh drone shots. So this is the 300 building. This is where we've got jersey barriers up so that when kids are dropped off, they have a safe place to step behind parent, grandparent missteps as they're driving. Kids come up to this main door. There's access there. It's a video buzzer during the day. We have a new attendance office that is right inside that door. Everything is locked during the day. It's all access controlled. They have an unlock button, whole thing. That's that part. Students park on the lower part of Cherry Blossom, and then basically this is our parent pickup drop-off zone. A couple more pictures of campus just to kind of give you a picture. So the black roof is our gym. This lower part's the gym lobby roof. That is something that I'll be bringing at a later date to replace. It was a spray foam roof that we put on about 5.5 years ago. It was a 5-year roof, and it is done. So that will be coming to you guys sometime soon. But basically, you can kind of see all the area that we kind of cut out here. Notice we did not touch the Penn Memorial. All of that is preserved. We haven't done anything to any of our alumni things there. This kind of shows access into the lower Cherry Blossom lot. So as you come in off of Cherry Blossom, you follow this new blacktop pathway down into the lower lot. So we kind of have to do some creative solutions with this this storm line that is actually proud of our current finished asphalt layer. At the end of the project, it will all be hidden. But right now, it had to go in now, so we had to come up with a creative solution. Yeah, so you can kind of see from this vantage point, just helpful, again, over top of the PAC MP. This is the 200, the 250, and 300. So you can kind of see how, hopefully start to imagine how that new building is going to live up in this area and kind of articulate and open out towards the stadium. So lots of great things happening. It looks like a whole lot of dirt, but just remember all of those utilities that are buried underneath there. And so just that was all the main things that we did this summer. I want to share just real quick, hopefully this has synced and it has not. Go back. Oh, cool. Good. We did complete our track project this summer. So that was where we scraped off the old track and ground down the asphalt. New asphalt was put down and then new track service. So that's totally done. They did a fantastic job. That's the same company that put in our turf. That's AstroTurf. Came in with a little bit on that. Did a great job. And then our gym floor is totally done, which is awesome. So I encourage you when we start to have events in there. Kids were in there having gym class today. It was amazing to be in that space. It's super bright. All of the dark blue colors that are not official Finneytown are gone. It's all very clean and bright. So we painted the ceiling, the walls, and then we redid the floor, and then new bleachers come next month. And so we will be ready for basketball season for sure. On top of that, we did the new HVAC last fall, so it is air conditioned, which is amazing. And we did the roof 2.5 years ago. That was ESSER funds as well. So all of this work, this is all paid for from alumni money. So whether it was with the foundation or a donation that was straight to us, but that was all the alumni. So I appreciate their support and helping make that a reality for kids. I'm just really looking forward to getting everybody in there because it is such an amazing space. And the side-by-side, which is coming, the side-by-side is astonishing. It's crazy. So yeah, so that's your facility update. Do you guys have any questions about what's going on? Yes, sir.
On time?
Yes, our summer projects were on time. We made it through the summer, so we did not have to postpone anything. We had a couple little hiccups, as always happens, but we were able to open school on time with water, with sewage, all of our major components. Definitely some scrambling at the last minute, but we made it. I appreciate everybody's grace with that. Gym floor took an extra couple days just because we got partway through and there were kind of one decision on the floor, and I saw it, Gerald saw it, and we made a shift to make sure it's exactly what we would think the community wanted. So we're really happy with how the gym floor turned out, but it did add a couple days. But
The residents that live on Cherry Blossom,
yes, sir.
that's a different pathway than it used to be getting.
Yes, 100%.
This report kind of helps them along the way because they know the timeline and how it's situated, and they don't get a surprise.
Correct, yeah, so the timeline that's laid out is still the same timeline we've been publicly saying for a while in terms of we had this initial construction and utility work this summer that replaced all of these different colored lines on here. You will see the pad of the building go down over the next couple weeks and foundations start at the beginning of September. So you will see concrete going down and all sorts of exciting things, and then once that sets, it'll start flying up by the end of September and October. So it'll be, can't wait to see the masons on there. But the Cherry Blossom neighbors, that is one of those things. We are 18 months basically until January of 2020, that'll actually be 2027. So from now until January of 2027, our entrance primarily is going to be coming out of Cherry Blossom, which is definitely different than everybody is used to. So I appreciate everybody's patience with that, including our principals. Thank you, Ms. Carroll. Because it's after 60 years of coming in one direction, it's a shift. So, but it will be good, hopefully, in the end.
Hasn't been near as busy as I thought it would be, though. Seems like it's been pretty well managed.
I think that, yes and no. I
For
think
me,
there have been some
at least,
times.
for me. You guys have done a really good job.
And I keep on trying to be the parent. I drop my 7th grader off every morning, and so just trying to experience it myself. So there's I got new cones delivered over the weekend. I put those out this morning, so hopefully that helped a little bit. Nope, Miss Miller didn't like hers. But at least over here at the elementary, you had beautiful green cones this morning. We try and be fancy now. But we'll continue to adjust. And I will say that is a partnership with the township. They are on our team. They're trying to figure out how do we make traffic flow work for both the school and the community. So anybody that's frustrated, just know that you're welcome to reach out to me. Let me know, ganderson@finneytown.org. Happy to have a conversation, figure out what we can do. Know that we're working with the township to try and figure out the best way we can get kids safely on and off campus. Because the last thing we want is someone to get hurt. So we definitely need to
So, Mr. Anderson,
keep tweaking it.
this is a new project for me, just coming
Yeah.
in. And I have to tell you, the communication that you have with the residents changes the game. The more you communicate, the better it will be. You may have a few people that may be a little bit discouraged, because when you say 2027, people can't really understand how far away that is or how close it is. So the more you communicate, the better. I appreciate your report.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I know Mr. Warmack shared, I'll share his good news. So he is going to go to some of those residents right along Cherry Blossom, have some individual conversations. He's got kind of little gifts for them on those first couple, just that first strip as you come from Winton Road up to our entrance. So just kind of as a thank you, and thank you for putting up with us. And we'll continue to be making outreaches to them just so they're aware. Just as you, I think you guys know, when we went through the zoning process for this, everybody that lived within 200 feet of our campus received letters about this. We had the zoning hearing. So this is all stuff we've tried to push out. We try and push out our newsletters, but if anybody ever has questions or concerns, just call me or email me. We'll get together, we'll look at it. Even if it's your property that you're worried about, I'll come over. Those that live near, I just show up and I'm like, hi, let's talk about it. And we'll figure out what's going on and we'll find out a way forward. Because I don't want anybody having, this should be a great project for the community. So if there's something that's going on that we need to deal with, just let me know. So.
Quick question. You've shown us the exterior mock-ups or renderings. It's hard for me to tell. Is it like a brick exterior facade, or is it more of a siding? It looks like a darker.
Yes.
Siding.
Yeah.
So it won't look like the elementary necessarily at all?
No.
Okay.
It is designed to blend into secondary campus. It is red brick primarily. There is dark, kind of a charcoal metal on the upper half of the front of the building. That matches the color of the gym exterior, which is a little hard to tell in this picture, but basically you'll have it. It's a slightly different red brick. We did try and match so that it was similar, and then underneath the windows there's just a little bit of decorative brick. I'll send those to you, but it's the same renderings that are out there. There is a new rendering board up outside of the 300 building, so as you do drop off in this front circle here, there's a new sign that went out that's updated with our correct winter 2026/7, and it has the pictures of the updated renderings of the front. So,
Awesome.
yep.
I want to add to, you had a lot on your plate this summer, so we appreciate the fact that you're not drinking, you don't have milk magnesia or Thompson in your hand right now. So I appreciate the hard work you've
Yeah,
done.
absolutely.
You also have one more project, you just out of curiosity, how it went. It was at the elementary school when you had to resurface the gym.
Yeah, so the gym, so the gym floor at the elementary, that's a warranty issue that we've been dealing with for 3+ years. So it was a COVID issue where it's a 2-part epoxy type product it's a poured gym surface. That created little bubbles. It was like, they had a weird product during COVID. Didn't turn out how it was supposed to. So we finally fought our way through with the manufacturer. The manufacturer covered the cost of all the supplies and all of the manpower. So, which was great.
4 different school districts had the same thing.
Is that all done?
That is totally done. The gym is beautiful, back to looking even better than it was originally because there's no bubbles.
Is there a new warranty on that, the new work, or is it the same warranty from previous?
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's not massively different warranty, it's the same warranty. The issue was more of they had an inferior product they used when they poured it, and that created the outcast.
Yeah, so the question is, did they extend the warranty from the last
That is a wonderful question, and I will
recent
get you
gym?
an answer.
Because they would.
Yeah, they should. That's a good question.
Is there anything that the district has to share about Whitaker? Things are still in the works? But
Yeah, I know. There actually a couple people came up to me tonight and asked, "What's going on at Whitaker?" So if you drive past Whitaker, you do see some Bobcats out there and some different heavy equipment working. All of that is dealing with some deficient work that was done there. It just, some of the backfill did not meet specs. And so when we discovered that, we sent that back to the demolition team, and so they are having to correct that. So which means they're digging out the old basement and having to re-put in better fill and compact it so that it meets specifications and it's all been tested. So we did not want, when that came to our attention, we did not want to do anything with that property that was not properly done. And pass that off to anybody. Like, that needs to be us that manages it. And then number two, this is not costing the district any money. This is all on the demo company. They are making it right, which is all we can ask for. When someone doesn't do great work for us, hey, this was not okay. All right, we'll fix it. Great. And so that's what you want in any kind of subcontractor. So I'm very happy that they've taken care of that, and very pleased that it's getting done.
GeoPeer is involved in this reconstruction piece?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, well, kudos to Grant and the team for all of their hard work on this project. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. All right. Did you have anything else for your report?
No, I like this report. I could stand up and, ask you questions like all day and night.
Whatever makes you happy.
All right, moving on to the public address. Do we have any more public addresses? Just one? All right, I'm going to read a couple of statements here, and then we'll get started. The board believes it is in the best, I'm sorry, I'm going to start over. The board believes it is in the best interest and the best interest of the students of the district to hear the comments from members of the public. It has been therefore a long-standing practice of the board to encourage and allow residents to speak at a public meeting. This may be done by completing the bottom portion of the form and giving it to the board president prior to the board meeting. The following guidelines ensure that everyone interested in addressing the board may do so, and that the board conducts the business of the school district in an effective and efficient manner. Number one, attendees must register their intent to participate in the public participation portion of the meeting upon their arrival at the meeting, arrival of the meeting by completing the form and returning it to the board president or presiding officer. 2, each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. 3, for the public record, each speaker addressing the board must state their name, address, and group affiliation, if and when appropriate. Any materials or handouts must be presented to the treasurer prior for record. 4, the naming of individuals, profanity, abusive language, and speeches that invade individual privacies will not be tolerated or permitted. 5, the board will take no action regarding matters or issues presented through public address and the meeting in which the public address was made. All necessary follow-ups will be made verbally or in writing at a later date. So up first, we have Mike Hamill. If you want to come on up, state who you are.
Hi, good evening. I'm Michael Hamill. As you all know, I live on Brent Drive. I am a taxpayer in this district, and I stand here before you tonight as I have stood before. I stand here before this board tonight with the same request I made several years ago. I don't believe any of you were on the board then, but it might be new to you, but the fight's still the same. This message is not only for the 3 of you that are leaving in a few months, but also the 3 replacements who will be sworn in at the beginning of 2016. I'm here tonight with the hopes of bringing to your attention and to the attention of every taxpayer, parent, and grandparent who might have children in this school district and any other public school in the city, the state, as well as across the U.S. I would venture to bet this goes for the majority of private schools as well. So do not let this message be lost to you. Believe it or not, you can do your own research. Many are the quotes I reference the need to make sure any decisions we make in our lives are directed towards benefiting children. Few are the actions. Our libraries are a prime example. I have a list of books that I have compiled. It is not complete in any way, shape, or form, by a couple of groups across the country that have singled out and researched books that are being written and purchased with our tax dollars that have no place inside our school libraries. Many of these literary treasures, as they're being called, should be confined under lock and key, sold only in adult bookstores. Better yet, not sold nor written at all. These books are being defended by the left and are nothing but disgusting, filth-ridden compilations from deviant, perverted minds. These are targeted right at our children. One list I pulled this information from has a list of more than 68 books, which carry warnings on them that range from adult content, only no child under 18, restricted. This book contains alcohol use, explicit sexual activities, sexual nudity, mild profanity, explicit violence, and inflammatory gender ideologies, among many other warnings, much dire than the ones I just spoke of. The books that carry these warnings are right here in our libraries, both libraries, the elementary school as well as the secondary campus, and have been bought and purchased by us, taxpayers, for explicit use of every student in this district. Whether they are used or not, whether they're checked out or not, I do not know. I haven't done that part of the research. I would hope not. But just the fact that they are here is disturbing enough for me personally. I have only pulled up names of 10 books. There's only 10 that I've gone for. There's many others, which stand in our libraries. The titles of these books are as follows: Flamer by Mike Curado, Alaska by Patricia Coomer, Push by Sapphire, Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. She does have a few others, but so far they are not in our libraries. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, Soul by Diane Patricia McCormick, Homegoing by Yag Gyazi, The Haters by Jesse Anders, and Damsel by Ilana Arnold. There are many, many others from the list of banned books. The selection I've chosen to read from this evening comes from the book titled A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Moss. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is what the book cover looks like. This is the summary of concerns that is listed on this book. This book contains graphic violence, explicit sexual nudity, obscene sexual activity, and mild profanity. This is 4 out of 5 warning. 5 is the worst. This is number 4. It says not for minors. How many kids in the school district are 18 years or older? I venture to bet the majority of these kids are 17 and younger. So you have a very, very small target margin of kids that this book is allowed to check out. And down here, content warning. It's all on this book. So I'm going to leave it up to you. Do you want me to read excerpts from this book? I've asked Mr. Anderson to pull the volume so anybody who might be on camera or at home listening to this and might be under 18 doesn't hear it. But I'm going to leave it up to you.
That's completely up to you. You do have 1 minute left, so this is your time to speak, so.
Well, if I only have a minute left, I'll leave this with you, but this is disgusting. I see smirks and laughs, so you either know exactly what I'm talking about, or it's just me. Some of these books are graphic novels, and graphic they are. That is the only reason I do not consider graphic novels as read-worthy. Just glorified comic books full of potential. Where's Wallow cartoons? Due to the fact that you never know what is in the pictures unless you really look hard at them. My question is, who is signing off on these books? Who's purchasing these books? Who's putting these purchase orders in to have these books put into our libraries, both of them? If I was across the street handing this stuff out, I would probably have summons
18
thrown
seconds.
to me, and it's disgusting what is going on. I was going to point some things out to Mr. Smith tonight, but I would like to have him do in the interim to get started on some other things we could have content and conversation about.
That's time.
But the one thing I would like to ask and resolve is that everything, SEL has no place in this district. Emotional learning has nothing to do with conversations. It does not teach critical logic or reasoning. So the emotions need to stay out of conversations and with SEL. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Moving on to item number 7, review of action steps from last month. Board retreat, Seth Watts. I know you were that was your wheelhouse this year, so did you have an update on that?
The update, as we discussed on the
Right.
31st, is being so late in the year and possibility of changing, of not actually doing the typical board retreat, but moreover do a training for the new board members coming up. And we'll do that late November, early December. I was asked to reach out to OSBA, and Christy Robbins was willing to do it for a nominal fee for half the day. So, is this, I still think it's a viable, helpful source for our possible new members, and just want to make sure the cost, the nominal fee of $1,000 for 3 hours is, okay.
Would the meeting be, it'd be a public meeting? Could
Yeah.
most,
Yes.
probably the whole thing, or?
Well, I mean, it's a whole day training, so, I mean, same thing like our retreat, so it'll be open, but it'll be,
I imagine we'll request an executive session on safety that may be
Okay.
not public, but most of it will
Okay. So there could be a portion that could be an executive session.
be.
yeah.
And do we think that would just be with the board, or would that be with those coming on to the
Well,
board?
in my
Would you
opinion,
want
it should be,
that
in
gonna
my
be the
opinion, with the people on.
But I'm just asking.
In my
Right.
opinion, it should be the three and the three that are coming on, the two of us, and
Okay.
Mr. Smith and Ms. Ruffin,
Yeah.
and hopefully we can get some principals to help us out, to help our new board understand where the principals are coming from, so. it's just
Would they be in the
a-
executive session as well?
Please?
I guess it's yet to be determined if the new
It's,
board members
it's right now,
will
it's
be
just
in
yet, yeah, exactly, it's yet to be determined, but
there. Yeah. Thanks,
I
Tom.
was asked to reach out to OSBA, and that's what we're looking at now. Unless you guys tell me otherwise, I'll keep moving forward with it.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
Yeah,
I think it
Yeah,
sounds
thank
good.
you for
I
doing
would-
that.
I want to,
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you want to be part of it too?
well, I mean, I want to attend it. Do you want me to help you with it?
No,
Well,
I'm
this
saying.
is for the new board
For
though,
the new
right?
board coming
Yeah, this,
in.
I mean-
this will be in January, right?
Oh, I see.
No,
what
this
you're
will be in
saying.
November, December,
I-
for the new board coming in, so they can
Mhm.
help them out.
So
Yeah,
would-
I think it would be best for all of us to be there.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. All right, any more discussion on this? All right, moving on to item number 8, board coordination matters. Who would like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay,
I don't have a whole lot to update. We did have our special meetings. Everything's been broadcast on those. I met with the boosters this month. Lots of different things were discussed. Mainly, some work is going to go into looking into the declining numbers for participation in soccer. Everything else has really strong numbers. It seems volleyball is a hit. Football is going strong, very strong. It's over 50, by the way, between high school and middle school. Cross country is going well, but soccer seems to be declining, so we're gonna look at why that may be. Big thanks for the track being done and the gym being painted. There's a lot of attention going towards the construction and making sure, as far as sports, everybody knows where everything is, how to get in, are there accommodations for ADA if the parking is far away, for example. So lots of those conversations happening. Let's see here. Spirit Shop is opening this year, if I remember correctly. And the concession schedule is live, and it should be in the principal's newsletters. I'm not sure if it was last week, but it will this week maybe. Okay. So tomorrow is the first soccer game. It's a doubleheader. And the first football game is coming up August 29th. It is a blackout game, so wear your black. And I did not do it because I forgot, but I do want to pull up the concession calendar and find a date that maybe as a board we can, I know we talked about last year and then we never got to it, but I would really like to do one night where we do one together, maybe as a, we can bring in the new board members as well, just to kind of build relationships. And that's it.
all right. Want to go, Seth?
The FMPA had a preview night last week, and it went great. We had the opportunity to see 2 of the 4 movements that they're doing, and the work that our students and our band directors are doing. They are just they're working their butt off, and they're doing a great job of it. And with that too. Also, other exciting news is Mr. Geisel has the largest 5th grade since he started with Finneytown. Ms. Fields also has a lot of exciting plans for Voices in her educational thing. But if you have a dirty car, I want to mention, if you have a dirty car, this Saturday is the car wash. So it's going to be happening at the elementary school in the morning, or morning, afternoon. So please help us out and get your car washed. That's at the FMPA. At the alumni, as Mr. Anderson did say, that the alumni has been helping out with their what they call the Legacy Project, repainting the gym and updating the gym as best they can. So again, thanks to Mr. Grant for all the hard work to help facilitate that. Ideally, the PAC will be next on the docket, but we also need help. So if you are alumni or a parent of alumni or staff that or part of the Finneytown Alumni Retired Teachers, the FARTs, if you're part of them, please be a member and go to the finneytownalumni.org to help donate or be a member of the alumni. With that, also, the alumni is also the FAN is also the foundation, and so they have had the opportunity of a past member, or sorry, a past alumnus has written a history of Finneytown. Those books are still available. They are available at High Grain, Arts Connect, and if you want to go to finneytownalumni.org, you can get them there too. And if you want to reconnect, since homecoming is coming soon, if you want to connect, there's a lot of things that are happening on the alumni weekend or homecoming weekend, a golf outing, building tours, Hall of Fame inductees, and a banquet. And if you want to help out or sign up, you can go to finneytownalumni.org. The Crusaders, they're our youth football team. If you haven't heard them, they are getting more and more solid in Finneytown. They are now with the CCYFL, which is a feeder league for other high schools, other schools, other school districts. They will be playing against people, schools like Deer Park and Norwood. And actually this Saturday at our Macaulay Stadium, they'll be playing against North Adams, and that'll be their first game this season. So they are growing. And if you're interested, they can still take a few more students. You can go to crusadersfootball.com. And then lastly, the elementary PTA is already in full swing. They did hopefully they did a great, I was there, they did a great job for a breakfast. Hopefully the staff enjoyed it, with bagels and coffee and more food than I can remember right now. And they're also, their first meeting for the season is actually this Wednesday at 7 p.m. at the Media Center. So,
Okay.
I think that's it.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, I can go ahead. So I had a good time at the open house at Finneytown Elementary. I just missed Mr. Smith, but I know he was there, so thank you for coming. I'm sorry I missed you, but the teachers did a great job. Our principals did a great job at Finneytown Elementary and made a really great impression to new parents, including myself. I did have a great meeting with Mr. Smith a couple weeks ago. We met and talked, and he's hitting the ground running, and he's got a lot to catch up on, but he's experienced, and we had a great conversation. One of the things that I asked him in that meeting was, what was your perspective on like board members coming into the school for visits? So I don't know if you felt comfortable sharing that now, or if you want to share that at a future meeting, that would be fine. But just I know that you kind of had some thoughts on maybe.
Board members are part of this process. Regardless of how people see it. I mean, I see it as a comprehensive way of getting to know the staff. However, there are some norms that need to be followed, and I think one of the major norms is you probably wouldn't stop your surgeon from operating on you and asking questions. I look at the teachers and the staff as surgical people, and what they're doing is imparting some very valuable knowledge to young people. You don't stop them from doing their work. After they may have taught a lesson, if they have some time on the side, and they may be able to have a conversation with you that might be appropriate, but I think it should be a norm that when you're in the classroom or you visit the classroom or you visit the school, they are professionals and they should be treated as such. And we should never interfere with what they're trying to do with young people. Otherwise, you have a young person who may be ready to understand an algebraic expression, and here comes a question to the teacher, and the kid loses his focus. So if we respect that, coming into the classrooms and visiting and having conversations, I don't think that the staff would mind, but I think it should be some standards about what we're looking for and what that conversation feels like. Because you're a guest, even though you are the board member involved in this district, you're a guest, but you're also watching and learning about the craft of educating young people. And as long as those norms are respected, I believe your administrators and your teachers will welcome visits because they want the good news to be shared.
So if we'd like to come in for a visit sometime this fall or in the winter, what would you like us to do?
First of all, there are no surprise visits because I think that deters a lot of things, but going to the superintendent's office, having a conversation, because I'm going to tell you, I've been in the schools for a few days, and what I'm seeing is something that I am proud of. Kids are engaged, teachers are engaged, staff is engaged, and if we're looking for the right thing, we'll find it. And if we're looking for something that's a little bit more controversial, we'll correct it. So if we're looking for the right thing, we'll be on the right path. And I believe that the lead administrators in the building can help guide that process along the way.
Awesome. So reach out to you with the email and then kind of get things set up if we'd like to come in. Awesome. The only other thing that I had under board coordination, this could be a discussion topic at a future meeting, but I had a policy idea that I've had for actually a few years and I've never brought up. So if I have a policy idea, what would be the best way to run that through? I know we do have people that are on the board members that are on a policy committee, but I don't know when that committee has last met.
Okay.
And there's never really been a formal process for someone to bring a policy idea to that committee. So if you don't have an answer to that yet, you could let us know, but I didn't want to just spring a policy on everybody. So whatever the process is for a suggestion.
Well, yeah, I do also understand that, policies are made to be challenged, changed, and implemented. But the other part of that is we do have a particular person, Norm through Neola, and he helps us understand what policies need to be compromised or challenged along the way. We don't want to be an odd district where all the other districts are understanding a policy and adhering to it, and we're out there on our own, because that's what gets us in trouble. Well, that's what gets districts in trouble. For me, I haven't been in trouble for a long time, so I think I'm in a good spot at this point. Yeah.
Ours is set up as it's a superintendent's committee, the policy committee, so
Okay.
that's, I think, why Eddie's.
Yeah, so, and I don't even recall who was on that committee.
Seth and I
so-
are the two.
Okay, so
board members
what would the
that- process?
process be for me to speak to, I can speak to just one of them, but I can't speak to Norm directly myself either, so I had a policy idea. Neola might have a copy of that, so I could speak with you and
Yeah,
bring
because I
that to
would
you, okay?
actually have accessibility to Norm. If you said, hey,
Okay.
here's a policy idea, I would say, hey, in Neola, where does it stand? If it's already been vetted and it makes sense,
Got
we move forward. If it
Okay.
doesn't, then we work through it because that might be something that we may want to change.
Okay, sounds good. I'll schedule a time to meet
Yes,
with you and
sir.
share that with you. Thank you. That's all I had. Thank you so much for
Okay.
sharing that.
Do you have anything, Jamie?
The secondary PTA did not meet. The state legislature is out, so they're not doing anything else to kill public education in Ohio, so nothing to update.
Okay. I was just going to bring up a couple of things from OSBA. OSBA is having a culture versus vulture virtual workshop, and that's going to be on August 21st, and that's from 11 to 1. And the benefit of that is just to talk about kindness for student health, mental health, learning attendance, and overall school culture. So if you're available, that would be good if one of us could potentially attend that. Also, OSBA conference this year is November 16th through 18th. Seth was kind enough to point out that our regular board meeting is scheduled for the 17th as well. So we kind of wanted to gauge whether or not the board thought we should just reschedule the meeting, or if most of us were not going to be in attendance, we could just keep the meeting. So it just depends on who all was planning to attend. So it's on November 16th
for
through the 18th.
Yeah, so I plan to attend the Capitol Conference as well, so that means that we need to reschedule.
Yeah, we will need to reschedule that. So thanks, Seth, for looking ahead on that. So do we want to just decide on that in a later date, or do we want to do that now?
Always open for earlier, for scheduling it sooner versus later. before
We could
calendars
always do
fill up.
the following week. So it looks like,
The following week is the week of Thanksgiving, which for me
Right.
is no
Oh, that's a
problem,
good
but it
point.
may be for.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
no,
We could do it a
We
week
could do
early.
Tuesday even.
Could we do it the
Well, no.
Tuesday, or is that too much for the people who are staying?
That's
conference?
true.
Probably too much
That
for
would be
those
too
coming back
much.
from the conference, because you'll be a part of it perhaps as well, Mr. Smith.
Week before.
We could do the week before.
That's probably gonna be the only thing that works.
What's the
Yeah.
date?
The
10th.
10th.
Yeah,
Take a look.
November 10th,
That works for me.
No, I can be available.
I can make it work.
Since we
Sound
voted
okay?
on the
Is that
calendar
okay
and
for
this is
you,
a regular
possibly?
meeting.
I mean, it's far ahead, so.
I'm looking at it, it looks like I already had it in there as the 10th. I'm not sure we actually made it for sure, but I think we must have had a discussion
That's
about
your
it.
hopeful calendar.
No, I think we discussed it previously and said tentatively the 10th. so.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll plan on the 10th for now.
And one other thing about
Because we
the,
voted on the calendar, do we have to have a motion, second, and vote?
Let's just bring it next meeting. We'll
Just bring it
shoot
next
for the
meeting.
10th and we'll do it officially, have it on the agenda. and vote.
Okay.
Okay.
And,
That'll be an action item.
board members-elect are invited to that, as they have been in previous years, is that
Yes.
how we plan to do things? Okay, so they
And
would be invited to
usually you
go.
have to sign up before the election for like your hotel and
Okay.
things, so go
Yeah.
ahead and do it early.
Yeah,
So they have
so
to-
they would need to get with Latoura on that, because Latoura can get you set up for your room and everything.
We'll have Latour reach out
Yeah.
to them rather than them.
Great.
Okay, any other discussion? All right. Moving on to item number 9, financial matters. May I have a motion, please?
All motion.
Second.
All right, and this is Anita's first report, so welcome, Anita. Yeah, all right.
So item A, we'll begin with the monthly financial report, which is the big, beautiful graph that we have. Total revenues for July, $6,159,317. That includes real estate collections of $5,490 and state grants totaling $440,165. For total expenditures in the month of July, $1,227,347, which includes salaries of $854,133. And our cash balance for July is $14,950,565. If you are looking at expenditures, you will see, if you compare July fiscal year '25 to July '26, there's about $1 million difference. And that's because this year we only had one payroll in July as opposed to usually we have two. So that you can see the change, what a difference that made.
Can I ask, the actual and budget are the same?
Because the budget hasn't been, the permanent appropriations have not been completed,
Okay.
so it's the same for right now.
So it might not end up being the same ultimately.
Maybe not ultimately.
Okay.
Yeah. Our depository and investment balances as of July 31, 2025, in the U.S. bank account, $387,930. In the U.S. bank construction account, $1,836,932. Star Ohio Construction 1 is $3,142,018. I knew I was gonna mess up. $3,142,018. In Star Ohio, $30,074,202. Star Ohio Construction Number 2, $3,281,031. Star Ohio OFCC local share, $151,774, and Star Ohio OFCC state share, $4,261,774. As it relates to the interest that was earned in the month of July on the depository and investment accounts, in the general fund, it's $112,626. In the construction fund, $24,250. And in the classroom facilities fund, $15,540.17. You will notice that from, I don't know if you will notice this, but from the last month to this month, as it relates to the interest is about $10,000 higher in the general fund, and that's a direct result of the 1 million extra dollars or additional dollars that we received in the month of July from our real estate taxes.
Okay.
And the increase, I believe, as it relates to the $1 million that we received in July is really a timing issue because we were able to get all of our real estate tax advances this month as opposed to sometimes that we get an advance payment in July. As it relates to the monthly bond spending and commitment report, that's on the last page of the financial report. Total proceeds for the building project is $63,340,274. We've expended to date $26,008,718. Item E is an approval of payment for an invoice that was presented before the purchase order was done, and that's for Allerton Hill Communications in the amount of $5,000. That's my report. Are there any questions?
May I have you have a question? Go ahead.
I think the only question I had was, sometimes there's payments that go out to other consultants other than Allerton. I'm not sure when those are next scheduled to go out, but I wanted to see if it'd be possible to have the payments to those consultants on the agenda, so we know when they go out and how much is being paid. I last checked in with Dave before he retired, and I said, "Hey, how much have we spent on consultants over the past few years?" And he just kind of labeled a few. But I wanted to see if it'd be a possibility to have those on the board agenda. If someone's getting paid $30,000, I'd kind of like to know.
I believe that is
That's a
fine. We
possibility.
can talk about that further, the superintendent and I, and then we'll figure out what that
Okay.
process is.
Yeah,
what
just so
that
that I'm
looks
fully
like.
aware of kind of what's going out, because I had to, and I asked Dave, and then he kind of ran it all up for me, and then it made sense, but I just didn't quite understand. So, I know we're spending money on Allerton, we had a very generous donor, and it's awesome. So I just kind of wanted to understand.
So is there a dollar amount or
I don't know.
any payment out?
I don't know, you'd have to tell us what you would need in order to not make your job difficult.
Okay.
So,
And
if someone's doing some sort of service that's similar to what an employee would do,
Very good.
I kind of would like to see it. I know
I
Dave
mean, like
always.
in-house, just hiring
Yeah,
someone for the position.
yeah, well, if
versus-
someone's doing something like what an employee would or could do, but they're not actually with us, or they're only here part-time, if they're an actual person, I kind of would like to know how much they're being paid, and a general idea of what services they're offering our district. And I know we have a large contract with the ESC. We do usually have that on our agendas. I think Dave brings us to that every year, right?
Yes,
So
that's
you
already
would-
been approved.
but
Yeah,
you
so
would be
that's-
asking about the name of the general contractor and not necessarily the name of the individual, or?
I don't know. I guess you'd have to tell us what you
Okay.
would.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe I'm opening up a can of worms, but just, if someone's doing, I think Allerton does our communications and helps us with social media. It'd be kind of nice to know exactly how much we're paying for that every year. I'm not gonna.
I think it was given to us, I was under the impression it was just a flat fee that we paid about a year ago.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was ongoing.
Well, I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I don't even know. And then the other thing was, I think we have an individual that helps out with some of our professional development, and there might be more than one person that does that. I just would kind of like to know.
Yeah.
Um, but the-
Okay. Any other questions? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Lee,
Yes.
Ms. Jalicia,
Yes.
Mr. Paul,
Yes.
Mr. Ray,
Yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on to item number 10, superintendent's recommendations. May I have a motion, please?
A motion.
Do I have a second?
second.
Okay. This brings us to you.
Madam President and Board, question. On these particular items, adoption of the consent calendar, is it the board's appetite to hear each one of these minus the name? or what is the recommendation?
Typically in the past, Laurie just kind of skimmed through it a little bit. She didn't do like every single detail. I personally don't need to hear all of that, but do you guys have thoughts on that?
We can see it in front of us.
I think just the title, and then if there's anything that you think we need to explain or
Very good.
anything special.
Yeah, and then that's on camera, so they can see the agenda online.
All right. So letter A would be the acknowledgement of resignations. Letter B is approval of consultant contract intervention specialist. Letter C is approval of payment full-time tutors. And then moving on to letter D, approval of contracts, 1-year limited classified. That would be your special ed aides and health aides and crossing guards. And approval of payment certified staff members. That would be mentor specialists. Letter F, approval of payment, new employee orientation. Letter G, approval of substitute rates. The rate, I don't believe it's changed, but I believe the public would need to hear that the daily sub-teacher rate is $110 in the daily building, $125 for the long term, $125 for subs, $15 hourly rates for educational aides, and then $16 an hour for secretaries. Adoption of resolution, payment in lieu of transportation. Some people, some young people is not in our boundaries to be able to transport them appropriately, so there's payment in lieu of transportation to families. And acceptance of donation, I would like to read this one, and it's a cash donation of $2,000 to the Finneytown School District Athletic Department basketball from the Finneytown Educational Donation Foundation that was done on July 31st. And then I believe the last one is,
Yeah, we'll do that one next, because
That's it?
we'll have, yeah, that's
Okay.
it for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Steve, this is a lot of names right here.
All right, any questions or discussion?
I have a couple. The full-time tutors at St. Vivian, that's just a pass-through, right? Like, do they pay us for those roles and then we issue like, it's not costing us money, right, as a school district, is it?
I believe it's a payout.
It's a
Yeah, we
payout
pay
from
for
Title
them.
I funds.
Okay. And are those rates set?
So they received an increase from last year, the same increase that other teachers received
Okay.
of 3%.
And then the mentor, is there a certification for that? Like, do teachers have to be certified to be mentors?
Which
I'm looking at item E.
Okay.
Like, I'm just wondering, there's the same names keep coming up every time we have mentor roles. And I'm just wondering, is that something
I will check into it.
that others might be qualified to do, and maybe they could get some opportunities as well to,
Yeah, I will check.
okay, thank you. And that was, oh, and then how much were those payments? It's not listed here for item E, and, yeah, just that.
Usually we see the individual mentors, like $1,000, whatever, by the union contract. This looks different, I don't know what it means.
We'll get that.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? May I have a roll call vote, please?
Ms. McMillan?
Yes.
Mr. Plow?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yeah.
Mr. Reed?
Abstain.
That was a 10.
This is
I have to abstain.
Okay.
Ms. Lee?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. Moving on to item number 11, approval of substitute teachers provided by Comprehensive Substitute Solutions. May I have a roll call vote, please?
I'll motion.
Do I have a second? Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't get who did the.
I'll motion.
And then
And who was second?
Seth
It was
second.
me, I was also calling to get
You do not have to read it.
Okay. May I have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Plow?
Yes.
Mr. Ray?
Yes.
Mr. Reed?
Abstain.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Motion passes. Moving on to item number, I'm so sorry.
I'm not as fast as the
Sorry.
previous.
That's okay.
Ms. Lee?
Yes.
Ms. McMillan?
Motion passes. Yes, thank you. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Moving on to item number 12, review of action steps. I know we're gonna look into the retreat. We're gonna get that finalized. I know we're moving the date for our November meeting.
And I looked at it, actually, in January, we voted on November 10th.
Oh, okay, good.
Then we're
Well, it's been taken care of then.
Oh, we did, okay.
No
That's
wonder
why I
it
had
was
it
in
on
your
my calendar.
phone, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, good. Any other review of action steps?
Sounds like an invitation
what-
for
so what are
the
the
board
action
members
steps
to come to
I'm
the.
going to be looking into the retreat,
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
and then we don't need to look into the date.
Because we did vote.
We don't have to look into the
No,
date.
we've already confirmed the date for November 10th, so we're good there.
This was done a year ago.
We did it in January, yes. The other action I wrote down was the list of consultants.
Or reviewing
Reviewing,
criteria
yeah.
for what would be reasonable to put on an agenda.
And cost and details for the mentor program for teachers.
And an invitation to
Invitation
the
to-
board members that are currently going to be on the ballot to come to OSBA
Yes.
in a timely fashion.
Were you able to jot all those things down?
I got it.
Got a list, okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right, so this is going to conclude our regular meeting. The next regular meeting of the Finneytown Board of Education will take place on Monday, September 15th, 2025, in the Brent Board Office Meeting Room, 8791 Brent Drive, Cincinnati, Ohio, 45231. Open forum will begin at 6 o'clock. All right. Item number 13, executive session. May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
And I'll second.
All right, may I have a roll call vote, please? We don't need a roll call.
Yeah, we can do
May I have a roll call vote, please? Second guess myself.
Yeah, you got it.
Mr.
Thanks for
Ray?
coming, everybody. Have a great evening.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Ms. Lee?
Yes.
Yes. All right, motion passed.